Hey guys, it's Brian at Sign Me Up Designs again, and today we're going to be doing a little bit more work on the Honda CB750. Alright, so for those of you who have never seen this bike before, it's a 1980 Honda CB750 C, which is the custom version. It's dual overhead cam, and it's actually a bike that I've done a lot of work to, as you can see. Put Harley wheels on it, I've stretched the swing arm, put a wide tire 240 on this thing. There's a couple other videos on this bike. If you haven't seen them already, after you check this video out, go back and watch those too. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of work to this exhaust here. And by the way, if you watched the last video on this, you saw that I went through the carburetors and tried to rebuild a few things, and I still couldn't get it to quite run right. Well, I've figured it out since then, and I'll show you what I did right now. So I don't know if you can see up in here, but right there is where the air idle mix screw is for these carburetors. And I couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting good heat out of cylinder number 1. The 2, 3, and 4 cylinders were heating up, warming up like they were supposed to, but you could tell that it was misfiring a little bit. And I figured out that the air idle mix screw, the general rule of thumb is 2.5 turns out on the air idle mix. Obviously that depends on the bike and it depends on the jetting. But I did that kind of as a base for where to start off with the air idle mix or the air fuel mix for these things. So what I ended up doing was I realized that the air idle screw on this particular carburetor was going in farther than the other 3 carburetors. So when I was backing it out 2.5 turns, it was really only like it was backing it out like 1 turn. So what I did was I just backed it up to the same point where they were just level. You know, they were about the same distance down from all the other carburetors, and man, the thing fired right up after that. So it's running on all 4 again, so that's good news. Now the bad news is, well, not really bad news, but kind of, you know, different news, is this thing is open header 4-into-1, and it is extremely loud. When I first did the exhaust on this bike, I was kind of okay with that. I knew it was going to be kind of loud, but I'm getting older and my ears just can't take it anymore. So today I'm going to fix that. So this is what we're going to be using today. This is a Drag Specialties Baffle with a 2.5-inch outer diameter. And this is going to be perfect for what we need, but we're going to have to cut it down a little bit. But what we're going to do is we're going to somehow get this to fit inside of this baffle area. Now for those of y'all wondering, this is actually just a 2.5-inch turnout pipe or turn down pipe. I can't remember where I got it from, but it slips on perfectly over the end of the 4-into-1. So the baffle is going to be the exact size diameter that we need to put it in there. And you can see it comes with a little set screw as well. So what we'll do is we'll just drill a hole either underneath or in the back of it, somewhere in this exhaust to where we can run that screw and set the baffle in there perfectly. But we'll probably have to cut it down a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull this exhaust tip off and just see what we got to work with. Ooh, also guys, before we get started on that, I want to show you one more thing that I just picked up. I just picked up a Lotos TIG 200 welder, and this is actually a stick and TIG welder with the ability to weld aluminum. So I got some welding rod, I got some argon, I got the filler rod here. We got stainless, aluminum, and mild steel filler rod. So I've got some cool plans coming up with this thing. I'm not going to really tell you what it is yet, but just so you know, I have the ability. And don't forget guys, this motorcycle's for sale. If you're interested in this motorcycle, follow my Instagram, send me a direct message, and we can talk some prices. Everything's good on it. On the last episode, we repaired the carburetors. We got everything synced up, and this thing fires up and runs the best it's ever ran since I've owned it. So again, if you're interested, send me a message and let's talk. Okay, fast forward about a week because this one didn't fit. It was a little bit too wide for the exhaust. So we got this one instead. Now it's kind of dirty because I've already slipped it in there to see if it'll fit. And it does. And actually we won't have to chop this thing down at all. So that's going to be good news. We should be able to slide it right on in, drill a little hole in the exhaust tip somewhere on the bottom or the side or something, and bolt that thing right on in. All right, so this is gonna slip in here kind of like this somehow. I had it in there earlier, so it will fit. Get in there. Get. I swear I had this in here earlier. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so that's in there. And it's gonna go to about there. So basically we just got to slip this on and figure out about where we're going to need to drill the hole. So let's get that done right now. Alright, well after 10 years of drilling, we finally got our hole in there. We got some scratches, but it's no big deal. You're not going to see it because it's going to mount like that anyway. So yeah, this is stainless steel, and I knew that, and I knew it was hard to drill through, but I actually had to go get a special cobalt tipped drill bit to get to drill through that. No big deal, got it done. Let's get it back on the bike. Alright guys, just like that, we got a removable baffle for the CB750. We can easily remove this thing, it's just a matter of taking that tip off again. So the next thing to do is just fire this thing up and see what it sounds like. Overall opinion on this Drag Specialties baffle, yeah, it's a great product for $12. I mean, you can't go wrong. I had to wear earplugs with this thing before I had the baffle installed, but now that I got that installed, I could ride it no problem. So if you've got an old CB750 and you want to do this kind of modification, that's what you're kind of going to get for the results. This is basically just a 4-in-1 open header, and now it's got a baffle inside of it, which is removable. If you want to take it to the drag strip and drag race it, or just show off to your friends, you can remove it in about 10 minutes. So that's it for this episode, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. So we've got more motorcycle content coming up real soon. I got one more bike in the fleet that I want to do a video of, and I think you guys are going to like it. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to, check out our website, signmeupdesigns.net. We have a link to our eBay store with some pretty cool merch you can get for $5 or $6, including shipping on some stickers. If you haven't followed me on Instagram already, it's _Brian Rogers, where you can get an inside look of what goes on before I post videos to YouTube. And as always, if y'all want to see any videos of anything else, let me know. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you're thinking, what you want to see, and I'd be happy to do some product reviews or even maybe another motorcycle build in the future. We'll see. So thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.